metaphors does the poet use to describe the child's connection to Peru's past? Yes? You should be looking, you should look at your poem. Do you remember what? Okay, wait. So.
Peru.
Yes?
Peru has Inca.
Okay.
So Inca is now finished. So this poet, use metaphor. The child needs help, and tourists because use child for souvenir.
You're kind of close, but like not close enough. What's your name, man? Yeah? Guys, metaphor. Metaphor. Do you remember what metaphor is? Like making a comparison. Amir.
Her eyes.
Thank you. Okay. What does this suggest? Her eyes being compared to the women who work in the market selling chickens. Strong or struggle? Which one? Well, actually, strong, struggle. Strength and struggle. So, her eyes are metaphorically connected to the eyes of the women who sell chickens, who are both strong and go through a struggle. Okay? Anything else? There are two other ones, or three other ones. Metaphors. Wait, yeah? If you're saying manta, what are you going to put manta with? Okay, so she's on the right track, but this is information you wouldn't know unless you did some more digging on your own. The doll itself is a metaphor for the community, like the culture in the community. So the way the child keeps wrapping the doll in the traditional manta is how women carry the babies in Andean culture. So in Peruvian culture. So that's how that's made. Yes?
To hold a picture of a child in a white border, not to hold her in a
Not quite. But when you speak about Incan stuff, the water, the fountain of youth. Okay? So the group Holy Water of the Inca, Fountain of Youth, the reference to Incan water is the metaphorical link between the child and Peru's ancient heritage. Okay? So the tourists, they're here. Remember, the Mated people are very close to where the tourists are busy drinking this fountain of youth. These people who don't look so great and these tourists are separated by a little stream. So they're poor, looking at people using their country as a tourist attraction. Okay? So it's just exactly what Peru's past has been like. It's always the same thing over and over again. The tourists come for this fountain of youth, while the Incans, well not the Incans, but like the Peruvians, they are standing there and they're just like, what fountain of youth? They're not getting anything from that. The tourists are showing that they're trying to just merely survive life. And tourists are out here paying for water that they don't get. Okay. Second part. How does your understanding of the child change from the beginning to the end of the poem? Okay.
She was strong at first, but she was poor at the end.
She's always been poor.
But she seemed strong at first. Using metaphor.
Is your hand up?
She's strong. Yeah. She pretty like she's
Souvenir. So at first you see her as someone with strength, but as the poem goes along, the tourists and this whole situation pretty much strip the child of her strength. But we see her in different ways as the poem goes by. So in the beginning, her eyes tell of her strength, similar to the women who work in the markets. And then her taking care of this doll shows her side of care. That even though she's in the situation of poverty, she still cares for the little that she has. That's a different light. That's how you see her character get developed, I guess, in your own eyes. Okay, you see like a small frame, like the frame around her face, but then as the poem goes on, you start to see around the frame more of it. And then in the end, you see the fullness of her cracked feet, her dirty face, and everything else that is mentioned. So, like I said, starting in the frame picture, you see her eyes. If you go lower, you see the doll, and how she treats the doll. You zoom out even further, you see the full state of how she is. And the last one, what themes emerge about cultural identity, heritage, and social inequality? What is the narrative come out of? So, the Incan water, that's cultural identity. Tell me about that. Okay, you can talk about social inequality.
People are selfish, so they can't watch what others are bad or good. They only want to live good, right? Not to help poor people.
That is correct. So, social inequality and the poverty tourism, they want a pretty picture. They're just there for the nice stuff. They're not there to care about anything else. If someone is suffering, -10. If someone is suffering, it makes them uncomfortable. They want to admire everything, but they don't want to help. So that is good. And then cultural identity and heritage. Did you hand up? What about the holy water?
I think there's the Inca has some religion.
What do you mean? All you're doing is this. We're doing the same thing to each other.
nothing.
Nothing. Okay, so their cultural identity is the whole Incan water, their Incan past. So the tourists, they come and they're romanticizing this whole thing about, oh, we're going to go have holy water from the Incans and we're going to drink this and we're going to enjoy our time and take all these pictures. But they're ignoring the real people of the culture. They're more focused on the cool and fun-looking part of it, other than the actual people of the culture. And that is it. I will post that sometime so you can see those responses. But you will have homework again today.